Alright guys, before we get just balls deep into this video, there are several corrections I need to make. One, this is a 1961 Buick LeSabre Estate wagon. There was no Fiesta. That little rear deal on the hatch that come off an Oldsmobile, more than likely you can turn the key and it lowers the window from the rear. More than likely that was replaced. But a 1961 Buick LeSabre Estate wagon, okay? It is a 364 engine, not a 362 engine. Nailhead engine, but a 364. So with that being said, jump into the video, guys. Would you guys like to see probably one of the coolest station wagons you're ever gonna see? And I'm not biased to this, but it is a neat wagon. Now, any of you guys follow me, you know I'm into BOP, Buick Olds Pontiac, always have been looking for a Pontiac wagon, can't find one, anything locally or even close or in my price range, because I want absolutely complete. It don't have to run, it don't have to drive, and I'll drag it out of a field. But I want a complete wagon with good glass, good, you know what I mean, which is hard to find. So I came across one, I want to show you guys what it is. 1962 Buick Estate Fiesta, and I believe it's the 9-passenger wagon. We're gonna crawl in there, I'm gonna flip those little shelves up and see if there's a seat back there. There's no power on it right now, it's all power windows, the back. That'll be on a Will It Run video. But I wanted to take you guys with me, man. Let's go look at this 1961 Buick Estate Fiesta station wagon. Such a cool car. Guys, join me on this. Welcome to Potter County, Patina. Let's go take a look at this car. All right, guys, what's behind me is the 1961 Buick station wagon. We're gonna take a look through this now. I have had the doors open. I've got the wing windows open. It didn't have a smell at all. It didn't smell like leather. It didn't smell like animal feces, nothing like that. Now, the gentleman I got it from did take the red shag carpet out of it, so there is quite a bit of the stink and smell gone, but it doesn't smell like rat poop. As a matter of fact, I haven't really seen any. However, I haven't jumped into this. You guys keep in mind that I just started this. We had a big party for some of my wife's coworkers. They were here last night. Everything was a ball. My nephew's got this little display over here done with the car. Kind of a neat deal. But anyhow, I haven't done anything to it other than probe my bore scope down into the cylinders. The gentleman already had the spark plugs out, so and they look fantastic. He had those out, so I went ahead and probed inside the cylinders, and I didn't see anything surprising. Now, we don't know if it's locked up. We don't know anything like that. That will all be in a Will It Run, so I'm not going to get into that right now. I just want to take a few minutes, walk you guys around this wagon, show you what I'm working with and why I am excited about it. So, I'm going to get you guys a little closer. I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up for a shot. And we're probably going to start in the engine area, okay? Just because I can't get into the back. This thing is all power, and the battery cables are rough, that sort of thing. A few things I want to do before we try to jump into the Will It Run. But we do want to take a look at this. So, I'm going to get you guys situated. Go get yourself something cold to drink, man. Let's go take a look at this real cool car. Now, I can't tell if you guys can see much of this and what it all is. Now, we've got a power steering pump that's not locked up. The water pump is locked up, but this still has the glass fuel filter on it. This still has the AC compressor on it, and the generator is just under the AC compressor. Now, he did take the generator loose because he had to get to the back spark plugs, but all the generator bolts are sitting here in the battery tray. And guys, this battery tray isn't even rusted out. So that's awesome. Now, there are a few things that I've seen right off the bat that we are going to have to address. There's a lot of wires that have no sheathing on it, okay? This is something that's going to the heater box, so it's probably off a ballast resistor. Excuse me. The brake light switch that comes off of the master cylinder has some chewed up wires on it. Now, I've got one end in one hand, one end in the other, so I just need to connect those, and there's like 4 or 5 that are like that. So right up here on this driver well, you guys can't see it all that great. It's got some pretty rough wires on it too. All the heat and air controls are here, and there should be a little cover box that goes over that. I can source that out and get it, but the fact that all of that is still there, still moves in the dash, so it's operational, really helps out. So I'm gonna pick you guys up. We're just gonna do a cool little walk around of this, and it doesn't look horrible. This is what I expect to see. And then I'll show you some pretty funny stuff where you're like, holy moly, this thing was sitting in a field for years. So give me just a second, I'm gonna pick you up and we're gonna get into this. All right, so I'm gonna be willing to say this is kind of like the Ford's ignition system, that type of deal. We can see that we have a, what is that called? I don't remember. But anyhow, everything looks pretty good. This is where the little, you know, there's some wires chewed up right here, which is going to be common. These are chewed up. The other end is right there. So, you know what I mean? There's a few things that need to happen. However, the ones coming out of the bulkhead look great. The ones on the wiper motor look great. This one goes to some sort of heat and air component over here. The coil wire right here, the ground, should be going to something. But this thing has got the glass fuel filter, you know, like I said, all the pumps turn. There's so much here that should be here. We still have a filter dryer, condenser, everything on this. Now look at the battery tray. Not bad, right? Okay, we're gonna jump into this little headlight bucket. When I'm looking at this, I'm like, well, let's see what's all bad. Guys, these aren't crunchy or anything. Still has the ground strap on it. Original lights, lenses, grill, bumper. There's that cool ass air cleaner again. But everything in here is looking pretty solid, okay? We're gonna jump on the outside. There's several things that I really like about this. This little bumperette, the little point that's like on this other side where Dixie's at, is sitting in the back seat. This little point on the front is amazing. So it matches well when that little bumperette's on there. The way I understand this, everybody knows that these are a Buick thing. The LeSabre had 3, the Invicta had 4. But a lot of this glass and stainless, I guess, compiles with other GM models, which is kind of good. But if you're looking at this glass, there's not a rock chip in there. There's not a fracture in there. It is delamming, you know, right down here in the corners, which we get. It's something we're used to seeing. Not a ton of rust all through the channel. Look how straight and clean that drip rail is. Everything on this so far has been just spectacular. But the little stainless trim, it carries all the way down. I've got the doors open because it's hot in there, and I want to get in the back and flip those up and see if I've got the 9-passenger. If it is, there's only 2,423 of those made. So this is a very, very rare car, being not that it's an estate wagon, but that it is a 9-passenger Fiesta, which came with a roof rack and a clock on the dash, which makes it a pretty rare bird. But everything is here. We've got brake lenses. We've got all the original screws. You know, the bumper's in pretty good shape. There's a little bitty tiny spot of rust on the bottom. Not something that's, you know, going to deter me from it. All the stainless is here, all the Buick emblems. This little deal says Fiesta on it, which I thought was pretty cool. That exclaims the roof rack, and I don't know what else other than the clock. There is some rust in the door jamb. Now this window does roll up and down. It's got a switch on the dash, so I'm gonna have to get all that. There are replacement motors, that sort of thing, so I'm not real scared of that. There's some rust down here in the bottom fender, which is to be expected, not such a hard deal. I am not gonna paint this, guys. I'm gonna SOS pad this and patina sauce it, put some tires and wheel on it, lower the stance, get the engine where it runs and drives, get all the brakes done, and then I'm gonna work on getting the AC and all that in. So I will be driving this. This would be something that I keep, a lot like Whiskey Dent. It's just something that I've always wanted, and we're going to go with it from there. But check out how the bumpers are contoured into the body. I thought that is so classy. So they don't stick out. What a neat way to do that. Now, is this my favorite wagon? No, it's not. But with it being as rare as it is, and being complete as it is, and the styling of it, this will do just fine, okay? So we got the cleaner bottom. There's the other bumperette. There's the radio that goes in the dash. It was pulled out. I am going to have to get the seats, but all our door cards are here. All the ashtrays are here. Little reflectors on the door here. Not much rust on the bottom of the doors. Just everything, weather stripping and all that. It's just rough. We'll pull the seats out, pull the door cards apart, you know what I mean? Do that sort of thing, get the windows working, figure out what's back here. But guys, one of the big deals that I wanted to show you on this is the fact that all of this trim is here. It's not beat up. The trim on the bottom of the seats, the headrests are detachable, which I thought was a cool little deal. But I want to show you this. I thought that's a cool place for a reflector too. On the dash, this is a floor lamp. There's one on the other side. Look at the clock up here. This dash, there's a real neat video on YouTube of one of these that's done, and it is super neat. There's a speaker right in here, so when all this is redone and painted, because I'll have the interior plush. I want to cruise down the highway, this thing run, air conditioner work, that sort of thing, and it look new on the inside and smell new, but just straight patinaed on the outside, okay? I'm not going to spend the money to paint this and take it apart and that sort of thing. Not at this point. Okay, we're on the driver's side now. The, oh man, the seat's electric and it's all the way forward. So I'm going to have to get that going soon. We do have the visors. Both visors are in here. All the trim on the headliner is here. The rearview mirror is missing. The radio's sitting in the back. There's the vent. This is an ashtray down here, I believe. I don't remember how it worked. Yep, ashtray in there. No lighter. Nothing in the glove box, including the lighter. It does have an original key in it. And all my little switches here move up and down, and you can hear them doing what they're supposed to do. So that's amazing. Well, that one did. There we go. So, this is the air conditioning. The lights, wiper is right over here. We've got the horn. And tell me how awesome this steering wheel is. This goes for our rear window. Courtesy lights, we can flip those on and off. The switch does operate. So I'm hoping that once I get some good cables in here, get some good grounds in here, that most of the stuff will fire up. So there is a kick panel down here that is missing. Not such a big deal. They were just cardboard. The one down there is missing. But as you can see, the wires aren't bad at all. That's a speaker wire hanging right there. And there's one more down here. But my biggest concern was, how is the wiring? And so far, it's just the stuff that's in the engine bay. Okay? Which is nice. All the doors are complete. Like I said, electric windows, which aren't my favorite. I would rather them be able to roll down by crank, just because they do get a little problematic later in years. Then you go and put new seals and all that in there, and if you've got the old motor, even if it works, a lot of times it's too weak. And I've never had great luck pulling those apart and redoing them. Now, you can get replacements, about 400 bucks, so about $100 a piece, and you can get the rear one with that included. So not so bad. It is just 400 bucks. I haven't looked for replacement carburetors. I do have the carburetor that he took apart in here, and he has tune-up kit in there, new floats, that sort of thing. So I will go ahead and try to do that. And my big concern, and what I really want to know, is this a 9-passenger? So I'm going to get you guys set up. I'm going to throw some blankets in here where I can lay over this stuff. I'm going to grab a couple of standard screwdrivers, and we're going to check in the back. I know there's some rust down there where the spare tire goes. He disclaimed that, so you know, it is going to be what it is, and it's not going to be any surprises. There is some rust on the bottom and the back and the dog leg, but it's not a rusted out vehicle, as you can see by the floors. Few pinholes, but it's not a Flintstone wagon. I'm going to get you guys set up. Let's check and see if this is 9-passenger. This is probably just storage. Oh yeah, plenty of mouse turds. So there's going to be a lot of vacuuming out. Oh, there's all the screws to this piece. They took that off, I assume, to try to get the window to roll up or down. I don't really know, but all our headliner bands and all that are in here. Here's all the stainless screws for it sitting here. Tire cover's missing. Probably not a big deal. And they have this to where you can flip this seat up, but I'm not going to spend too much time in here. It's not 9-passenger. Still cool. Just not the hen's tooth. So I'm gonna get out of here. It's hot. I'm gonna bring you guys back out with me. All right, guys. Golly, that's hot. There are a few more small things I want to show y'all. I'm putting these screwdrivers up and coming in here and getting out of the sun for just a second. And there was some red shag carpet in there. and it's just as bad as you think it probably should be. But I do want to show you guys the floors right quick, and all the sill plates and the trim, that sort of thing on the interior. In the back, it is so nice. So, great sill plate. I don't know what you guys call it. All the screws are in it, but the floors aren't bad at all. I don't see any light coming through them. It just needs a really, really good cleaning. Here's those headrests I was telling you about. How cool is that? So, I don't know that that's something I'd put back on it. I probably don't want them on there, but we still have a bulb in the dome light, that sort of thing. So I'm gonna drag out some lamps. I'm gonna get some battery cables. I've got a bunch of stuff in my stash out here. I'm gonna replace the lamps. I say lamps, most people call them bulbs. Sorry, I was in a professional career, and they were referred to as lamps in inventory. So when I would do my van, my service van, we referred to them as lamps. Anyway, who cares? I'm gonna get you guys set up here in just a minute. Y'all seen the little red shag carpet, that, and the other. No, I'm not setting you guys up. We're done, okay? That's the wagon. I will be doing a will it run, but in the meantime, I am gonna start getting my battery cables together, that sort of thing. You guys ain't gonna catch that. That's gonna be in the will it run. But I'm gonna continue on, and hope you guys enjoyed the video, and welcome to all you new guys. If you're not real aware, I am located in Amarillo, Texas, out in Potter County, and I'm not a fab shop. I am not anything important. I just like building cool stuff, and I do it at my house. I drag stuff home all the time, and I'm a marketplace hustler. So if that's all you need to know, I'm YouTube certified mechanic, all the shit. So you guys stick around if you enjoy this type of content. We're gonna be plugging away at it. We've got a lot to do still. We got a short time to get Marcus's car ready to go to the Hot Rod Rock and Rumble in, I think in Colorado Springs here in 18 days. So, wish me luck on that, but appreciate you guys sticking around. Check me out on Facebook. Everything's under Potter County Patina, and Instagram. I don't keep up with most of that stuff, but Facebook I'm on quite a bit. And props to you guys, man. Just go build it. How's that? Oh, and stay sucker free, playa. Now, I appreciate you guys. Until next time, man, I'm out. So now that you guys have seen some of this wagon, follow along on the Potter County Patina Facebook deal. I'm posting updates on there. The will it run will be a will it run, but it's not going to be your typical deal, meaning one, I'm not 300 miles from home, two, it's set in front of my driveway, and that sort of thing. There is some electrical stuff going on with it. I got wiring schematics, that sort of thing now. I got all the service books. All the stuff is starting to come in from eBay. So I do realize this was just a little short, fast video, but I wanted to put it out there for you guys, let y'all kind of see it and check it out in person versus just being in pictures, mainly just because it is so complete. But anyhow, jump on social media, Facebook. I post stuff on there all the time. I try to get crowd participation, meaning you guys, you post up your projects, that sort of thing. Try to do it on the weekends. Just for some fun and to kind of break the monotony. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, peace and cheers, and just go build it. That's it. I'm out, guys. Y'all have a great day.